But still on this day, the man to stop would be Bryant Reeves, the sophomore who led the Big Eight in scoring and rebounds.
You know, all five guys go inside, but baby, Mr. Reeves inside. Oh, rejection. They give some help in the lane on Big Country. I mean, just unbelievable on the inside, John.
Meanwhile, Kevin O'Neal's Warriors were on fire. That was Curry with the hoop. Reeves then fighting off two defenders, muscles this one in. O'Neal trying to get his Warriors going. They used only 7 players in the game. Tony Miller finds wide open Billy Gates. He lays it in, but back to Big Country.
Big Country, unbelievable inside. The most improved player in basketball. I mean, he comes from a town of 300. Look at that hairstyle. I love that hairstyle. There he is, kicking it back out. Jump shot going down, baby. The Oklahoma State Cowboys celebrate.
They move on with a 74-62 win. Reeves with 26 points. Dunkley of Delaware did a lot of talking. Well, the mascots were getting along. And Louisville on the break, Dwayne Morton makes it the Delaware big man. Spencer Dunkley hanging on the rim. And they wanted to take it to Spencer. Off the steal, Derwin Webb flies in for the jam. Bad news for the Cards. Keith Legree passed too long for James Brewer, who bangs over top of the cheerleader, goes over the railing, came out with a concussion. Dunkley, though, making some noise here, sticks this one back. Blue Hens were down 8 at halftime. Second half, James Brewer returns. He was groggy to the Louisville bench, but the Cards were too tough.
Hey, a little showtime. Slam, jam, bam. I'm Mr. Rozier.
Brian Hopgood taps in the miss. It's celebration time for Louisville and the Cardinals. They have the win. 76-70 is the final there. Louisville has not lost its first game in the tournament since 1981. Dwayne Morton had 20. Clifford Rozier had 20 as well. Only watch as they took on the... Who is that?
Hey, that's Jimmy Boeheim. I know that's Boeheim hiding up there, Calipari.
John Calipari's team struggled early, though. Dana Dingle with the miss. Lou Rowe, the offensive rebound, he misses. Harper Williams puts it back finally, then inside again. Williams again, strong lay-in. UMass up by 5. Calipari says, take it inside, and he gets it. Harper Williams, nice pass to Tony Barbee. He jams this one down. Penn doesn't quit, though. Down by 8. Jerome Allen for 3, and it's good, and UMass gets sloppy.
Well, you know, Derek Kellogg makes the sloppy pass right there. It's picked off by Sean Trice. He kicks it out to Matt Maloney. What a great little pass to Mr. Allen, and no one is back for UMass.
UMass comes back, though. Mike Williams draining a 3 there. UMass by 7. Mike Williams, Jerome Allen of Penn, the D again. Allen forces the shot.
Yeah, he forces the shot, and it doesn't go. Harper Williams gets the rebound.
And UMass wins it by 4, 54-50. Lou Rowe with 11 points, 11 boards, 18-5 run in the second half of this one, and he would get it in this one. Chip Jones leading his 6-seeded Cavaliers against the MAC champions. Cornell Parker to Yuri Barnes. He slams it in, 25-15.
And then we're going to watch the Jaspers trying to attack the zone. They're going to pass the ball around. They're going to swing it side to side. They're going to try to show some poise, some discipline. And then we're going to see them launch the three-pointer. There it goes by Williams. He lets it fly, and it's finally tipped in by Edwards.
In the second half, Corey Alexander, and what a year he has had. After the steal, he forces it here. Then Ted Jeffries with a pass to Williford, who gives it back to Alexander, slicing down the lane, 14-point lead. Keith Bullock puts it up and around Jeffries and Burrow. Jaspers within 9. Virginia hangs on, though. Barnes to Alexander, that's a 3. Virginia wins this one 78-66. Manhattan in the tournament for the first time since 1958, and a quick exit, but a tough game against Virginia. Tournament behind Rodney Rogers. Tennessee Chattanooga says, hey, we're Cinderella. But Tim Brooks grabbing the offensive rebound, flips home 2 of his 22. Mocs were up by 4. Dave Odom says, go to the big guys. They can't stop them. So Mark Lucas to Rodney Rogers. He jams this one down. Rogers with 26, including these 2 on the log.
But the moccasins would not go away early. Look at little T.J. Jackson. Look at him working on the glass. He says, forget you, Rogers. He's 6'1". Look, he's pumped up. He's excited. He's enthused. He's got energy. And I love his hairstyle. He's seen my barber.
They should have saved it, though, because they don't get any closer. The rebound, Hicks at 16 rebounds. The follow on the slam on the break. Kalani Owens, he had 22. Tennessee Chattanooga's season comes to an end as Wake Forest wins it 81-58. Trelawney Owens, 22 points, 8 rebounds, either at BC or Iowa, and he wasn't about to stop that string today. The Indians could not. Mike Viner looking for his first NCAA tournament win. Maurice Stevens blocks Kevin Smith from behind. Isaac Brown takes it all the way, gets the layup, and he's fouled. Lewis Davis then with the strip, beating Keith Johnson. He drives, changes hands, lays it in, and he's fouled. Indians by as many as 6. But A.C. Earl is inspired by the death of his teammate Chris Street. He has been all year. A.C. Earl down the lane, jams this one down. Then A.C. with the miss, gets the rebound, banks it off the glass. Iowa by 5. It's tough to stop.
Well, you know, Wade Lookenbell, as you look at A.C. Earl going back on defense, shoots the jumper. But here comes Mr. Earl working on the glass. He's not pretty, but he's productive, and there he is, A.C. Earl. And Tom Davis says, that's my guy, Mr. Earl.
Earl finishes the Indians off for good. The scoop and the foul, 23 points, 16 rebounds, 7 blocks. Iowa wins this one going away 83-69. Tom Davis remains undefeated in his career in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The champions in the WAC. Yinkadari struggled early, Dick.
Well, he struggled early. Right here, we're going to see him. Oh, he misses the dunk. He misses the dunk. But they come right back here.
Kahari Jackson dunks
takes
over
it
Dari.
up. He dunks right over him. Unbelievable. But Yinkadari comes right back in a post. Nice little move in that post. He's really getting better and better, John.
Kwame Evans hitting a three-pointer. He had 13 in the first half. GW by 8. Then Steve Logan to Ike Williams. He knocks down a three-pointer as the Lobos make a run. Then Logan with a tough drive, and he's fouled. New Mexico within 2, but the Colonials pull away. Evans with another three-pointer. And then Omo Moses to Nimbo Hammonds to Dare, and he didn't struggle on that one. The Colonials win. 82-68 is the final. The Atlantic 10 now 4-0 in the tournament thus far this year. The first ever NCAA tournament win for GW. Kwame Evans with 19 points. Dari finished with 17 points and 10 rebounds.
Champions, Bobby Kremen's team in trouble throughout here. Travis Best will grab the loose ball and dish it to Malcolm Mackey for the lay-in right there. And then Drew Berry, a nice no-look pass to James Forrest. And Tech was up 5 at the half. Southern would respond. Jervon Scales is a great player. He gets open underneath. The dunk, 27 points and 18 boards. Southern, a 22-9 run. Leonard White dunks on Ivano Newbill. Southern up 11 in the second half. Then Vince Jones, the quick hands, the steal, knocks it away from Best. To Terry Thames for the lay-in. Southern is rolling, embarrassing Georgia Tech. Kremens can't bear to look. A 16-point deficit. Then Forrest the miss. White the pass to Thames at 6'1". Gets up and throws it down, and the rambling wreck is out. Bobby Kremens loses to his good friend Ben Jobe after winning the ACC tournament. Him last night, and the Southern winning at the Wildcats' home floor. Would there be another monster upset? No. Jalen Rose down the lane with the dunk. Then Rob Pelinka fakes out Mohamed Acha. So Dick, it's an Acha gotcha. Michigan by 17 at the half, and Rush Bergman, a living nightmare. Acha on the break goes in, and his big chance to throw it down against the Wolverines misses the dunk. Chris Webber shows him how it's done at the other end, and Michigan rolls on. Yes, the bench Gumby's had a lot of PT. Henderson, would he play in the knee? Yes, he would. Hoosiers by 16 at halftime, and Calvert Chaney had a big second half. Off a nice pass from Damon Bailey, throws it down. He scored the first 13 points of a 23-2 run. Chaney again. Nice fall away, hangs and hits. He had 29 points, and Henderson gets the standing O as he checks into the game. Looked very ginger on that knee there, but drives in, gets the pass, and gets the hoop down. He scored 2 of 4 points on the game, and yeah, it was a laugher. Even Bob Knight could smile. 97-54 is the final. Irvin Johnson, the big guy for the Privateers. Johnson, one of his 6 blocks. Then Runny Mason gets it to Gerald Williams for the lay-in. Michael Hawkins drives, dishes to Brian Grant. Back come the Musketeers. Tied at 32 at the break. Xavier would regroup. Steve Gentry to Grant. Get him knife in for the dunk, and then Jamie Gladden to Larry Sykes. The pretty bounce pass right there to Aaron Williams. He had 20. Xavier built a 9-point lead. Then Michael Hawkins, a pretty pass here between the legs and behind the back to Grant, who throws it down. Under 3 minutes to go, Xavier seals it. Then Grant, the spin move and the foul, and Xavier wins it. Pete Gillen's team always does well in the tournament. They march on 73-55. I know it's a 9-over-8. Super to beat Niagara in their conference tournament, but Pitino's team a little bit tougher than Niagara right here. And Travis Ford finds Rodney Dent for the dunk. Kentucky up 15 early. Wildcats, as usual, will play bombs away. Travis Ford around the screen. Jamel Martinez left alone. Ford, another one. Kentucky by 39 at halftime. The Cats running the break. Dale Brown to Mashburn, to Jared Prickett, the cutter for the lay-in. And Kevin Bannon said this was, quote, a living nightmare. 96-52. Andre Riddick, also a nice ball game, 16 points, 5 boards. The 8-9 game, and Rick Majerus, who says his team has no shot at the Final Four in the first round, watches Larry Kane, the nice effort. Underneath for a deuce, and Utes up by 8 at that point. Then Phil Dixon buries the 3 of his 22. Final play of the half, Eric Mobley for Pitt. The big dunk at the buzzer, but Utah still led by 7 at the break. Second half, Utah just would not let Pitt get close. Dixon drains another 3, and Utah wins it going away, 86-65. Josh Grant, the player of the year in the WAC for the past couple of years, had 17 points. In Cincinnati, too much. Terrence Gibson, the alley-oop to Eric Martin. Bearcats by 11. But Ron Mitchell's Eagles would get on a 16-2 run and keep it close. Steven Stewart to Tariq Saunders. No relation. Coppin State led by 3. After that, all Bearcats. Nick Van Exel, Corey Blunt, the breakaway dunk. Bearcats by 12. And then Van Exel, the lob pass to Lennox Brown, who goes up, throws it down. And on the long outlet from Martin, Keith Greger takes it in. And that's what the second half looked like for Cincinnati. Bob Huggins, Bearcats roll 93-66. Gibson had 14. Martin, 18 points and 10 rebounds. And New Mexico State, Neil McCarthy. Listen to a Cliff Reed here. Aggies up 12. Eric Piatkowski kept it close. Support from Mr. Reed. Piatkowski would keep firing in the corner. Pear from downtown. He had a career day, 29 points. Pulled the Huskers within 3 points at halftime. Then Sam Crawford took over at 5'8". The little Chicago into the lane, banks home 2 of his 20. Then on the break, doing what he does best, feeding to Cliff Reed. An NCAA first-round record for Crawford. He had 16 assists to go with his 20 points. And New Mexico State wins at 93-79. And Iowa State tonight. Richard Petrushka, the strong baseline drive. Bruins at a 9-point lead. Iowa State would rally. Fred Hoiberg slipping Petrushka ahead of the field, and he dunks. And the Hoiberg then drains the 3. Dick, Hoiberg's such a nice shooter.
And there's Hoiberg, baby. The mayor of Ames knocks it down. A 14-3 run by the Cyclones.
But O'Bannon drains the 3. The Bruins back up by 7. They would hold the Cyclones up. Jim Herrick's team would not fold down the stretch.
Well, the Cyclones leave O'Bannon alone, and that's a nightmare. Eddie O takes it to the goal, and the Ute fans celebrate.
O'Bannon, 20 points, 13 rebounds, and UCLA marches on. Jim Herrick is not going to be unhappy that his team advances while Lute Olson's team is knocked out in the first round.
Now, why would you make that comment? I don't understand that.